Good morning, everybody. So, welcome to my 4th of July special. Happy 250th birthday to all my fellow Americans out there. And so I'm here with my friend Mark. We're down here exploring Gettysburg for the day. Going to be a busy day today. For right now, we are on the Cemetery Ridge Trail. So I think we're actually headed over to, well, it's just about a mile long or so. So this is going to be the first of our little walks today. And I'm hoping you guys enjoy this as much as I do. We're going to talk a little bit about the history of Gettysburg, enjoy some of the wonderful scenery down here, and it's going to be a good day. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be seeing you a little further down trail. Okay, so this is our first stop here on the Cemetery Ridge Trail. This was General Meade's headquarters here. This farmhouse behind me here, this was General Meade's headquarters during the Battle of Gettysburg. Originally a farmhouse, still stands today. For those who don't know, General Meade was a pivotal general during the Battle of Gettysburg in here and the Civil War in general. He commanded the New York Cavalry, which was about 90,000 troops who fought here at Gettysburg, and they escorted him in and out of Gettysburg. So got a couple of memorials here. One of them straight in front of me here, that's it's got it labeled headquarters of Major General George Meade. Got this farmhouse over here and a couple other ones. Definitely worth noting here, guys. It's a pretty cool stop. All right, but I definitely think we're going to keep this moving a little bit. We got a busy day ahead of us. Is the only reason we're trying to stay moving. This trail isn't too long. It's only about a mile long. Looks like most of it is paved. So nice little walking trail, more of a walking trail than a hiking trail for sure. But nonetheless, Gettysburg was a pivotal place in American history, and pretty important that a lot of us, I think, get an idea of what this place was all about. Everybody I talk to seems like they've all come here when they were kids. Don't really remember much, and as we get older, I definitely think we get a finer appreciation for this place. So if you ever get the time to come, please do. It's not that expensive to be down here. So we're going to be doing this trail, heading over to Devil's Den a little bit later today. And then we're going to be taking the bus tour. Don't know how much I'm going to be able to film during the bus tour, but we're going to go find out for sure. And I'm going to finish this video off, I think, with a little blurb. Here in the National Cemetery is where Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address, which is one of the best speeches, I think, in American history. So stick around till the end of this one, guys. I'll be talking to you soon. So there's no rhyme or reason to how I'm actually going through some of these battlefields necessarily, and by that I mean, you know, I'm not trying to follow the battle from day 1 to day 3 of the battle, but I did find this here to be a pretty good point of interest. I was talking to one of the an old guide over here, and this was during day 3 of the battle. This is where Pickett's charge happened, and he said about 12,000 people from that tree line out back, 12,000 Confederate soldiers came out of those woods and came charging up here. That was Pickett's charge, and you got a ton of memorials up here, about 200 of them. This rock wall that's much closer to us here, about 200 of them came up, made it over the rock wall. Wound up being, I am very sure, a pretty big slaughter that day. But the cyclorama, which is absolutely worth seeing down in the visitor center, it's an amazing oil painting that's lit up and narrated by the National Park Service. Is a depiction of Pickett's charge, and you come up here in the battlefields and you get to see here exactly where it all happened. So you can imagine how scary that must have been, seeing all 12,000 troops coming out of those trees out there. Absolutely amazing. All right, so here we are. We're coming up here on the memorial from Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and if I'm correct, this is one of the biggest memorials. It's one of the biggest memorials here in Gettysburg, if not the biggest. I'm gonna go check this out. Yeah, pretty amazing. This is one heck of a memorial here. Really impressive. The names of all the people that fought here from Pennsylvania. All the way down to privates. Really spectacular. This is amazing. All right, this is going to be kind of cool. We're still here at the Pennsylvania Memorial. Placards here. One to the women who were fought. Most of them in that day and age from home. Memorial to all the soldiers in Pennsylvania who fought at Gettysburg. And here's something pretty cool. Little surprise. We got a set of stairs. I'm sorry if my camera doesn't pick up much good footage coming up these little stairs here. Wow. It's amazing. All right, everybody, so we're here back at the visitor center. What was supposed to have been a 1-mile hike turned into closer to 2.5, which is fine. We got to see a little bit of the memorials. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to have go inside, grab some lunch, and we got a 1:30 bus tour planned. Like I said earlier, I don't know how much of that we're going to be allowed to video, but we're going to give it a try anyways. And Then we're going to finish up later in Gettysburg National Cemetery. And that's it. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Just stick around. We got some good stuff still yet to come. If I stop fast and drag it from straight until I go to right or left. I pay for tickets to see that when you. I think you'll be amazed how fast it could be done. But see, if you look straight north, then you see. Okay, guys, just got off the bus from the bus tours, and I'm out here at Gettysburg National Cemetery. My apologies, too many people on the tour to get a whole lot of video, so that means you got to take the tour. Really very, very interesting, very great tour. I very much suggest it. So if you ever wind up in Gettysburg, please come, please take the tours. The guides spent a lot of years and a lot of time learning about Gettysburg, and definitely worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and explore the Gettysburg National Cemetery, and I'm glad you guys are coming along with me. So Gettysburg National Cemetery is a pretty impressive place all on its own, and it starts you right here, where this is roughly the location in which Abe Lincoln gave his famous Gettysburg address. In my opinion, one of the greatest and most beautiful speeches ever written in our nation's history. And this is the spot that he gave it. There were 50,000 dead, wounded, and missing here in Gettysburg. When Lincoln showed up, the battle was in July. Lincoln showed up in November, and they were still burying bodies. So if you can imagine what the stink was like having the American president show up here. But 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. He's just reminding us that our nation was only 87 years old at the time, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Right away, he addresses the fact that all men, black and white, were created equal. So we're going to continue this thing, go through the National Cemetery here, and we'll continue talking about the Gettysburg Address on our way. Guys, thanks again for joining me. I hope someday you all can make it down here to Gettysburg. It's an absolutely wonderful place. And I'm glad you're all here, and we're going to finish this. Okay, so one of the things we learned today, the tour guides told us this: if you're ever up here in Gettysburg, most of these cannons that are still here, there's a lot of them it seems, most of the structures themselves are not original, but some of the tubes that are here certainly are. You can see over here on the back of the tube you have where the fuse goes, and on the front you got a serial number and the year it was made. So this tube here, 1862 it was made. Probably this cannon may have been here and may have been used during the Civil War, which is kind of cool.
Fourscore-and-7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense. We cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work, which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause, for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth,